Hello, welcome back to Jim Snedeker Music. Today, we want to look at 3 ways to appreciate modern intonation. So we get started with a question. Where did our modern intonation come from? Well, it came from history, physics, and human performance. Also, mathematical ratios, human ingenuity, and cultural norms help to provide the answer. Remember Pythagoras? Well, he had a math theorem called the Pythagorean theorem, all about the equilateral triangles. Remember that? Equal sides? Now, he took that same idea and he applied that to octaves and perfect fifths in music, which was a pretty good idea and seemed to be working, but it all fell apart when he applied the same theorem to major thirds, meaning those frequencies were out of tune. Next, in the Baroque period, we came up with something called just intonation, or sometimes referred to as pure intonation. Now, the idea behind this was the tuning of intervals in whole number ratios, like 2/1, that was an octave. And then each of the various intervals was tuned using a ratio like that. Seemed like a good idea. Sounded like it might work. It did. It was great for a single key, but it fell apart as soon as keys were changed. Finally, we came up with 12-tone equal temperament. What this means is there was no forcing of intervals into these ratios. We took an octave and divided it into 12 equally sized intervals, added those together to get the larger intervals, and the result being 12 equal steps. If you'd like to know more, because again, I'm only providing a summary of a huge body of knowledge, which you could spend a long time exploring and understanding, I want to refer you to this webpage. This is a blog post with some resources listed that help you understand a lot more about this topic. So there it is. Thanks for joining. I hope this was helpful. If it was, I hope you'll leave me a comment. I hope you'll subscribe. I do provide summaries of deep and exhaustive amounts of information when it comes to music, and this was one of them. Again, we've looked at where did our modern intonation come from, and what can we glean from it today? We can glean 3 ways to appreciate it. Well, that's what I've got for this week. I appreciate you joining me. See you next time.